hustle on a mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustle on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens.
While also threatening to sue Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton, who have done nothing to him. Benjamin Crump launched a private investigation. Benjamin Crump says something here to spell. This is what they're saying. They show evidence this. What do the other people got to say? But y'all already talking about suing people. Already getting the state in his name the day he's putting the rest on his funeral. Because you're already looking at suing people in a lawsuit, and when you don't even know yet what happened to your son. But what's really happened is they already made up in their mind that they're going to blame these white boys. And so, but they haven't blamed the white boys not once yet. And that's the problem. They haven't blamed the white boys not one yet. Like, not once. I have $10,000. $10,000. If you could find me a clip that has took place from this point and in the past, where Nolan Wells' mom came out and says, Warren Hudson killed my son. Eli killed my son. Warren Stewart killed my son. That don't exist. You're just lying, right? They have never said that. They have told you Tatum come at the time, and they told the public, which is how I know you've heard this. They said, we don't know what happened.
You okay?
We need the answer.
You good?
Yo, what?
You good? You okay?
Where all this ruckus came from?
High five.
Says, I don't know what happened to my son. I don't the answer. You are trying to force the family to say, I believe.
Stop looking so close at it.
They're saying, no, we don't believe these supposed to say it. We need to do our own independent investigation because we don't believe anything. But what we do know is we don't believe our son accidentally drowned. But until we get the real answers, we're going to continue to invest. So anybody saying anything to the contrary of what they're pursuing, they say, I'm going to this person. All that person is illegitimate. Oh, my son wasn't friends with these boys. He wasn't friends with them? Maybe you just wasn't aware that he was friends with them, but according to social media, Instagram, and photos, and he was staying the night over there, has caused her to get harassed, has caused her job and her practice to get bad reviews, her as a provider to get bad reviews. She's been getting threatening phone calls. So the reason why, perfect, KPS on the beat says, yo, what's up, man? Nobody me says we in here, people. So we got, but Tatum did like Jubilee, we'll get to that, but we have to discuss what's been going on. And I think this needs to be discussed, okay? And HFO says, welcome, family. You're welcome, my brother. How are you guys doing today, man? So Nolan Wells' mama goes on Don Lemon show. And on the show, she begins to talk about how certain interviews that certain people did and certain people's rhetoric has caused her to get harassed, has caused like her job and her practice to get bad reviews, her as a provider to get bad reviews. She's been getting threatening phone calls. So she has suffered a great deal because people want to come out here and speculate when it comes to her. And not even fair speculation. Because I feel like what people are doing to whoever Nolan friends are, I think it's fair speculation. I think you can look at the facts and evidence and say, this is fair. But the speculation that this woman who just lost her son is somehow in this for money, or is somehow like trying to like play up the race aspect to get money in return, I think it's crazy. I don't think anybody is in good faith if they assume that a grieving mother is doing anything for a grieving mother. You think that she would much rather have whatever funds are being raised or her son back. Now, and the funds that are being raised are going directly to like independent investigation and to fund research and trying to figure out whether or not Nolan Wells died accidentally or whether or not he was murdered. That's it, and that's all, right? This woman has gone out of her way to say that she don't think it's about race, and she has not accused anybody. But has essentially vilified this woman, and she's been suffering the consequences, right? So after speaking about all of that, also Tatum got brought up directly. She decided to pass up on the question. She was not going to answer the question in regards to Officer Tatum. She says, I'm not answering it. She's not answering it. Now, you would think, right? But I do have criticisms. When you watch this video, you're going to see why I have criticisms. Roll the clip.
When you talk about all the things that have been spread, there is this officer, I hate to mention his name, a former officer who's a far right wing, who's been doing interviews. It's been saying, you go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on Brandon Tatum. No.
Time out. Do you guys find that kind of suspicious or interesting that Don Lemon said, I'm not going to mention his name? Fair enough. If you don't want to give a person publicity, you want
that you don't know. One of them said, oh, Nolan would be outraged by the way his parents are handling this. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, why on earth would somebody go on and say that? Family.
Again, distraction. We're not even going to address them or that. And we only want the truth. Again, at the end of the day, I'm going to say it like I've been saying it. The only question we have is what happened to Nolan. Just need to know. That's it. That's all.
When you talk about
how does somebody have a problem with this statement? The lady says, all we want is an investigation for Nolan. Look at this face. Why would you have a problem with it?
Happened to Nolan. That's what we need to know. That's it. That's all.
When you talk about all this,
I'm talking about Mama. I got a question for you. With all due respect, why then, if you want to know what happened to Nolan, did your attorney not talk to me before I ever talked to the other side? All right, we passed that point. Why? How come when Nicole?
Bitch, they ain't gotta talk to you. Bitch, you the post, bitch. What the fuck? He said that shit like a nigga gotta talk to him. What the fuck is he talking about? What is he talking about, man?
Oh, Ashley reached out to you via text, which she showed me, which we posted online, that you didn't respond to Warren's mother to even talk to her and get any information that she may have. The boys already have been investigated by law enforcement. We will not know exactly what they said for a time period, which could be a long time. I don't know. They got to go to grand jury and everything. So we would never know what they said to the police unless you talk to them directly. Why, if you want to know what happened to your son, would you talk to the people that last seen him alive? You're saying they saw him alive last. They're reaching out to you and saying, we want to talk. Let's have a conversation. But instead, you guys did refuse to talk to them, refuse to talk to me, and then get online and push stuff that you have to later redact because you could have talked to them first and cleared it up, talked to their attorneys and cleared it up. You could have gotten all the boys' statements that have been compiled before the police put it out in the public so you can have a clear perspective before you go out in the public. But they did not do it. You know what they did? The first thing they did before they talked to any parent, any person involved, before they talked to anybody, they went and got Benjamin Crump. And they went and got Benjamin Crump. And what are they doing? The day that their son is put into the ground, they go get his estate, establish an estate, and then prepare to sue. Now, if you don't know what happened and you have not made a determination, all you want to know is what happened. Then why are you prepping to sue people? You're going to sue them for what?
But you don't even know. But like, that's the point, though. You don't know. What you mean prepping to sue? That's the point, though, Tatum. You don't have the information they have. You don't know the receipts that they have. You don't know anything about anything in regards to these people. You're saying, hey, why would you sue? You don't know. You don't know, and that is the point. Yeah, you feel me? Right? Like you don't know. You are not privy to the information this family has. So why not say again? Tatum is giving like Nolan Wells frenemies the benefit of the doubt when they announce we're launching a lawsuit. People say, hold on. Right? People say, hold on.
Yeah, this better. Look,
what is the family suing for? Benjamin Crump never said they did it. Like Benjamin Crump never said they did anything. So how are you going to sue Benjamin Crump? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? See, Tatum, you have no problem with what the family is doing. But when a family,
Trust
right,
me,
but when
eat
Nolan
it.
Wells family lawyers up, all of a sudden that's an
Trust
issue.
me.
But you don't got a
Taste it.
problem with the Hudsons raising $100,000 or attempting to raise $100,000 off the back of Nolan, while also
Taste
throwing
it.
into some
Hill.
Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton, who have done nothing to him. Benjamin Crump launched a private investigation. Benjamin Crump says something here doesn't smell right. Where is he being defamatory? But you don't have a problem with their lawsuit, but somehow you want to, like, you want your questions answers. You want to be updated. You want to be informed. You want for them to drop what they're doing and answer to your beck and call at every stop if they make any move. It's not going to happen, bro. You're not that important. These people don't care about you, bro.
You're going to sue them for what? I'm not prepping to sue anybody. I'm not acting like I know exactly what happened to Nolan. I'm just taking the information that's presented to me and saying, this is what they're saying. They show evidence of this. What do the other people got to say? But y'all already talking about suing people. Already getting the state in his name the day he's putting the rest on his funeral. Because you're already looking at suing people in a lawsuit, and when you don't even know yet what happened to your son. But what's really happening is they already made up in their mind that they're going to blame these white boys. And so,
But they haven't blamed the white boys not once yet. And that's the problem. They haven't blamed the white boys not one yet. Like, not once. I have $10,000. $10,000. If you can find me a clip that has took place from this point and in the past where Nolan Wells' mom came out and says, Warren Hudson killed my son. Eli killed my son. Morgan Seymour killed my son. That don't exist. You're just lying, right? They have never said that. They have told you, Tatum, time after time, and they've told the public this, which is how I know you've heard this. They says, we don't know what happened to Nolan. We need answers. Sir, yo, what about that? I can't fathom where all this ruckus came from. The family says, I don't know what happened to my son. I'm trying to seek answers. You are trying to force the family to say, I believe whatever Tatum says. I believe whatever the police says. They're saying, no, we don't believe what the police are saying. We
Fuck the
is doing our
police.
own independent investigation because we don't believe anything. But what we do know is we don't believe our son accidentally drowned. But until we get the real answers, we're going to continue to investigate. What's wrong with that?
anybody saying anything to the contrary of what they're pursuing, they say, oh, I don't want to hear from this person. Oh, that person is illegitimate. Oh, my son wasn't friends with these boys. He wasn't friends with them? Maybe you just wasn't aware that he was friends with them, but according to social media and Instagram and photos and him staying the night over their house and him leaving his car at their house and him going out to Horn Island with them, he's not their friend.
But also, too, again, Tatum, you're
No,
just a liar
he's
and a grifter. If you listen to what the mama says, they asked her, yo, do you know this person claiming to be like Nolan Wells' best friend? She said, no, I don't know him. Whenever the question was phrased, they always phrase it as, do you know this person? She says, no, I don't know him. I've never seen him at my house. I don't know who these people are. Is she supposed to lie? Like, I'm so confused, yo. You now have a problem with her telling the truth, saying, hey, I don't know these people. Again, she never says definitively, without a doubt, they are not Nolan's friends. She just said, I don't know these people. I don't know to what capacity he's claiming to be Nolan Wells' best friend because I've never seen him, but I don't know. Now that's a problem. It looks like, bro, they're picking and choosing, and they're just trying to find any reason possible, right? Like to make this mama a villain. And because the mama carries herself with so much respect, and because the mama moves, right, with so much respect for herself, that they can't really find, like they can't find, like they can't really find like they can't find like a good reason to hate her. So now they're just nitpicking because she's not giving it to them. And now the narrative is, I'm starting to see is the narrative is, oh my gosh, she wants to be famous. She wants to be a social media influencer. Look at her old TikToks. So she was doing old TikToks. She had a TikTok page before Nolan, and she was doing old TikToks. And y'all proof is that she's using this situation with her dead son to be an influencer because she had a TikTok, like tens, if not hundreds, and millions of people. This forced hatred for Nolan, bro. It has to be rooted. It's rooted in systematic racism. It just is, bro. It's rooted in disbelief, right? That you can't have empathy for like black folks. It's rooted in disbelief that black folks are just going about our day-to-day life trying to be victims. It's rooted in disbelief that we lie about our victimhood, right? That we have this desire and this longing to be victims of white folks. This is not that. This kid died and his parents want answers.
Friend. And why wasn't he hanging out with them and not these white boys every other, when he's at home 3 or 4 days a week? No, they all just made this up. Hey, I'm not there. I wasn't there. All right, let him finish.
The father of one of the young men who's been speaking out has put up a $50,000 reward reportedly. What do you think of that, Ben or Elmore or Christine?
Yeah, we are happy with anybody who wants to share the objective to get into the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells. So we applaud it and we say, yeah, let's all work together to get answers because as we've said continuously, Don Lemon, adamantly, somebody saw something, somebody knows something. I mean,
keyword somebody, he never said like Nolan Wells' friends saw anything. Keyword somebody saw something, which by the way, isn't this exactly what Tatum says? Like didn't Tatum say, right, like towards his like 34th video, like after his, like his thieves that about 4 times, didn't Tatum say out of his mouth verbatim once the audio come out that he believes that somebody saw Nolan die, that somebody witnessed Nolan die? So why this smug look? Why this smug look? Yo, listen, look at this, yo. Yo, watch this. I'm gonna show you where Tatum actually says that somebody watched Nolan Wells die. Okay, 1 second. It's like this dude can't keep his grift. Right? Right? It's like, this dude can't keep his grift consistent. Like, he's forgetting what his grift is. Right? Like, he's forgetting. Like, watch this real quick. Let me show you something real quick. Like, watch this.
Excuse me.
Watch this. Okay, watch this. Okay, like, watch this.
Babe. Come on, baby.
Here is Tatum. Here is Tatum explaining and breaking down. 1 second. No.
Are you finished or are you done?
Is this right here? No. Is this right here? Okay. Let's see real quick. Is there's a
I'm gonna give you one more bite.
Okay, so here, watch this. Let me pull it up.
This.
There's a particular video where
Tatum is saying, a pizza.
Yo, we believe, or he saw something.
You done? All right.
I think
I'm just gonna give you one more anyway.
I think. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think it's this one where he says they did coke, right? Let's see. Let's do real quick. No, in fact, oh my god, yo, where is this video at? Where's the one where is this the one where? Oh my god, because he dropped so much misinformation that it's hard to even like pinpoint the misinformation. Okay, here, let's try this one. Here, let's try this one. Let's just go back to this, and then here.
I mean,
I'm
that's
what
you want are answers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that was true, then his dad put up a $50,000 thing. Why don't you talk to him? Why don't you ring them and give them a phone call?
Because their story is their story. We've heard their story already, right? So if we heard their story already, then why are we fair? Why am I calling you 5 times to hear the same story?
You're saying y'all all going for no. Why don't you call the man and talk to him and see what he know? Instead of putting out fake information about his child. Saying that his child must have been involved, sharing his picture all over the internet with no information. Then saying that he must have got into a fight when the coach, Nolan's coach, said that wasn't his voice on the thing. And you can't tell me that his parents don't know that little boat scuffle wasn't their son's voice. But yet they let Benjamin Crump put that on the internet to frame it as if these white boys must have done something to him. You want unity, but you're not talking to nobody and you're just making up lies. If you talk to these boys, if they at least attempted to talk to these boys, they'll know who was on the boat. And instead of listening to a doctored phone call with a made-up transcript.
How is the call doctored when, fam? So now he's calling enhanced doctored. TMZ posted the same audio. Now, again, I told y'all, right? Fam, now he's calling an enhanced audio doctored. TMZ posted the same audio. Well, he called it doctored. Now, I'm trying to find a live stream where he accused Nolan Wells of being on coke. I can't find that live stream. Maybe he took it down, took his right to not get sued. But I can't find it for some reason. I can't find the live stream where he accused Nolan Wells of being on coke, where he claims that Nolan Wells, like friends, saw Nolan get into a fight with somebody. Now,
it don't matter if you deleted or took it down, bitch. It don't matter if you took it down. We got it. He got it on his shit. I got it on my shit. He could pull it up on his old shit. I could pull it up on my old shit. I'll go right to that bitch. I know exactly what day it was. It was the 29th. It was the 29th or the 28th. It was I either reviewed it on the 28th, probably reviewed it on the 29th, like that morning, midnight. It probably was 29th, but it was the 20. It was right. It was the. I can go to my video. I can go right to my shit and do it.
Now, I'll be wrong because I got to look for it. But I can't find that live stream no more. I wonder why. But now they're interchanging words like, hey, the enhanced audio that even TMZ posted. And TMZ confirmed the audio was real. The audio was a real audio. The audio came from an FOI request. Now they're calling enhanced doctored to make you think the audio is fake when it's not fake. It's a real audio. They just enhanced the audio so we could hear the background correctly. And millions of people heard the same thing. So now millions of people is lying?
To each boy and say, well, what did you say then? Is that you on the thing? Okay, what did you say? Is that you? Well, what did you actually say? Is that you? What did you say? Okay, they're saying that they said this. Oh, they told this to the police. Then maybe we can chill a little bit on the accusations until we get more evidence. But that's not what they want. Roll the clip.
I wasn't even going to address it, but someone said that he dropped something about me, like threatening something. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't even know who this dude is. I met him at a conference.
Yeah, we're done with this, and we're about to I'm about to show you how or how DL Hughley like cooked Tatum, right? But let me just show you guys. Perfect. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. So here is Tatum saying the exact same thing you just heard Benjamin Crump say. All right. Here is Tatum. Let's go down real quick. Let's go right here.
All this stuff together, what people are sending me and all that, and I'm trying to find a neutral point to share with you. What I'm thinking at this point, with all that has been said, is
so after all the evidence have came out, and after everything he done saw, right? Again, he started off by saying nobody saw nothing. He accidentally drowned. Y'all stop race hustling. Now watch him say this.
Somebody knows exactly what happened to Nolan, or they saw him right before he died.
So Benjamin Crump said the exact same thing. Benjamin Crump is the race hustler because Benjamin Crump says somebody saw something, somebody knows something, they're not coming forward. Somebody says something, somebody knows something, they not coming forward. Tatum, after seeing all the evidence, and he couldn't really avoid it anymore, now he's saying somebody saw something, somebody knows something. That's what Tatum is saying.
Somebody saw something, somebody knows something.
When Tatum says it, then what is it? If you have a problem with somebody else for saying the exact same thing you just said, then it's not about what they're saying. You are grifting. You know your white supremacist audience don't like Benjamin Crump. You know they don't like Benjamin. You know they hate Benjamin Crump. You know that. You know they hate Benjamin Crump. So now you're just grifting. Because how do you scrunch up your face and have an issue with this man saying the exact same thing you said? Run it back. You said, after seeing all the information, you now believe somebody saw Nolan die. Now, people how the tap dancer didn't say somebody killed Nolan or somebody is responsible for like Nolan's death. Now is somebody saw Nolan die and they're not coming forward. Why would they not come forward if they saw Nolan die? If they ain't do nothing bad, if they did nothing wrong and they saw Nolan die, why would they not come forward with information yet?
With all that has been said, is that somebody knows exactly what happened to Nolan, or they saw him right before he died. I am not convinced that Nolan was just out there and drowned.
So then why? Then where do this harassment and hate campaign of the family come from? Now, you can't lie and pretend like Crump and Sharpton are saying something they're not saying, because when you was in that debate with Stephen A. Smith and the facts were presented to you, you conceded. You conceded you heard what Al Sharpton said when Al Sharpton says he can't say beyond a reasonable doubt that this is about racism, but he cannot rule it out either. You heard Al Sharpton say that. Benjamin Crump said something similar. We're not saying this is about race. We just want answers. So if you heard them say it's not about race, they just want answers. They can't rule out race either, but they're not saying it's about race. Then it feels like he's forcing himself to disagree. He feels like he's literally forcing himself to disagree with the family because it doesn't make sense. They aren't saying anything, right, that's a controversial, like at all. Which is why, D.L. Hughley cooked this dude, bro. D.L. Hughley cooked this dude, man. So Nolan Wells' mama has been getting harassed to earth and heavens because of the rhetoric that Tatum is playing out there. She's been getting like a threatening call. She's been getting harassed. She's been getting attacked straight up, like attacked. So D.L. Hughley took to his show to call out Tatum for being responsible for this rhetoric that is causing a lot of trauma and a lot of pain for Nolan Wells' mama, on top of the trauma and pain she's already dealing with. Hughley will also dissect Tatum and dissect certain things about why exactly Tatum is being allowed, because they're not allowing, like TMZ, they're not allowing myself or anybody else to come to Mississippi and have a conversation with everybody and figure they're not allowing that. But there's a reason why they chose Tatum to come to Mississippi to do the exclusive interviews.
I don't know, and I don't know what happened, but I do know that a young man is dead, and the fact that his mother, who only wants to seek justice for her child, is getting doxxed, like her job is getting bad reviews, her personal business getting bad reviews, and getting death threats. Right. Ain't nothing more Mississippi than threatening black people for nothing. I don't understand. We don't trust you because you've proven to be untrustworthy.
Nothing more Mississippi than threatening black people for nothing. Boy. We gonna snap to that, boy. That's poetry, bitch. He ain't fucking cap. That's some real ass shit.
Also notice how the woman who threatened Ashley Cole, Warren's mama, she got arrested. There's been no arrest made. There's been no investigation into the threats in regards to Nolan Wells' mama. There's no investigation into it. They don't care. But when Ashley Cole gets like a threatening like Facebook DM, they arrested that person less than a week later. But the mama gets threatened and nobody cares. There's no investigation. I wonder why.
Trust you because you've proven to be untrustworthy.
That's a fact.
Your governor has never said anything, and when he does say something about what's going on in Mississippi, the first thing he really talks about, if any significant to any significant degree, is to malign Ben Crump and Al Sharpton. It sounds like outside agitators, right? Sound like what they used to say before.
Right.
It's interesting that Brandon Tatum is welcome in Mississippi when Ben Crump and Al Sharpton are not, for the exact same reason that Stephen A. Smith is welcome at ESPN and Ryan Clark are not. Is not. Anybody who says or asks questions. You talk about a state that got mad because niggas tried to read.
Come on.
Right.
And now the new
First of all, you talking about a country that made it illegal for niggas to read. Fuck just the state, nigga. They told niggas it's illegal to read. They gave you motherfuckers the Bible, and you motherfuckers cherish this religion that they pushed on your ancestors and beat them into saying that they believe this shit. Let me not get into
new extrapolation that the new extension that is people having internet.
My shit back right, bitch.
So what is it? Why would I trust you?
Again.
I don't know what happened, but I do know this. Maybe the hang up for me is that they keep bantering, throwing around this word friends. We were his friends. We were his best friends. Who was it? This young man talk. This young man.
That's something I also got to work on as well, right? Because I have been calling him friends as well. So
this young man right here.
I'll take,
if Nolan could dig himself out of his grave right now, he would. No doubt. Nolan would be livid is an understatement. Nolan would never want anything pursued this way at all. I think he would be really upset with his parents about how they went about the situation.
Bro, even if you got a friend, bro, you don't know how you may know how they might feel about shit, but you don't really know how they would feel about some shit like this, like, cause this involving them. Like you can't say you know exactly how this motherfucker feel about shit, bitch. You don't really know that. A motherfucker can't even say that about you. You know what I'm saying? Bitch don't really know how the fuck you feel about shit. Especially if it was to happen to you.
What?
Bitch.
Yo, I think, Tatum.
That's like if some shit happened to me right now, they'll be like, oh no, man, Capital wouldn't want nobody to goddamn slide for him and get revenge on somebody that did that shit. Bullshit. Bullshit. Who the fuck? You mean to tell me it's a fuck niggas out here got away with doing some fuck shit to me and y'all gonna let them, and y'all know who did, y'all gonna let them get away with it? I mean, they out here, they ain't in jail, y'all gonna let these niggas? Hell no, cause I'd never do that shit to y'all. If I knew it, man, I'd never do that shit. Man, look, I'm still looking for a nigga that got away with shooting my partner on mistaken identity. I swear to God. And I swear them niggas on my side of town, like from my side of town, like I might even did a video for these niggas. So I never know, you feel me? They might even know my brother. They might even be cool and they probably be upset if they even knew they did the shit. But still, I won't. Hell nah. You can't say how you motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. I'm the most positive person. I'm all about creating a positive impact a day and later, all that shit. But bitch, my personal beliefs about shit, you might not believe this shit. But
and white folks is playing a battery in this dude's back, bro. What makes you think you're even qualified to say something like that? What? Nolan, their dead child will be living at them?
I think he would be really upset with his parents about how they went about the situation. I think he generally would. I don't think he wouldn't support it. I know that for 110%. I know he wouldn't support any of it.
Best friends. Like I told the story on the radio earlier this week. I had a best friend, a good friend of mine named Kevin. And Kevin and I were best friends. We would get into it all the time. 16 years old, he had a great job, moved in with his girl. The girl had a kid by somebody else. There was always friction. One day Kevin asked me to get his back with him. And normally I would, but this time I got so mad at him and told her to leave the girl alone. We had a fight. An argument ensued. I'm like, fuck you, go. And Kevin got killed. And I was so hurt by that. And a lot of people in the neighborhood, I remember, and I told the story on the radio, a dude named Roger said, you let that boy to drown by himself. My mother didn't want me to go to the funeral because she thought that the people they were so mad at me. People thought they were going to harm me. He was my friend. And I had to say, because if that's your friend, that's the last time you're ever going to see him again, ever. Ever. But these young people throw friend around. When you are grown and you understand what the value of a friend, you understand if you have 5 good friends, you have been blessed. And I had to go say goodbye. The fact that you weren't compelled to say goodbye to somebody, the fact that you didn't have any grief or lament, the fact that you couldn't even access and try to ascertain what part you could have played in it, lets me know I'm not saying they're guilty, but wasn't one fucking friend in the bunch. Not one of them are friends. They can say acquaintances. They can say I was cool with. They can say teammates. You can't tell me a friend.
Bro, you're not. Finn, hey, bro, listen, man. Okay.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Everybody handle shit different, right? So I wouldn't even say, you know what I'm saying? No shit like you can't go to the funeral or some shit like that. Like, I understand, especially you understand people emotionally and how motherfuckers might be looking at you or whatever. It's cold-blooded motherfuckers out here that'll really do that shit and plan on going to your funeral, bitch. Like, everybody don't handle that shit the same, bro. Like, I had one of my partners down, right? And shit, I didn't even make the funeral, but it was like, I kind of learned about the shit late. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sometimes like be on niggas ass, niggas be forgetting shit. Niggas don't even be knowing about shit. I remember I found out one of my partners died. It was a year later. Bitch. I'm like, man, that nigga died a year ago. What the fuck? Where the fuck was I at?
I don't care what the backlash, bro. You not stopping me or keeping me away from going to my friend's funeral. Not happening, bro. I'm sorry. You not stopping me from going to my friend's funeral. You not stopping me from going to my friend's funeral. And this is the last time I'm going to see my friend. This is the last time I'm going to see my friend. This will be the last time in my lifetime I'm going to see my friend.
But you don't want to see your people like that, bro. A lot of like I said, everybody handle shit different, bro. Some people don't even want to see their people like that. And some people have a deeper understanding, better understanding, or other different understanding than others. Like when you pass on, like you gotta understand that's just a person flesh. You feel me? When that's just a person flesh, bro. Like on everything I love, bro. On everything I love. When my grandma died, bitch, I felt that shit before anybody ever called me, bro. Bitch, when my grandma died, I felt that shit before my daddy called, before anybody called me, bro. I was just clocking out of work, working from the crib. Right before I clocked out, though, it was like 30 minutes before I clocked out, I just started feeling sad as fuck. It was just like something like in my spirit, like that shit just, I was just sad. Like, why the fuck I'm just getting sad right now? So as soon as I clocked out, it's like my grandma knew I was working all that shit. Like 2 minutes after I just clocked out, my daddy called me, tell me my grandma gone and shit, crying and shit. I had my cousins in the background tripping and shit. Shit, I can't even sound that sad because, bitch, I already just went through it. I already just felt this shit by the hour, like 40 minutes ago. Like, I was like, man, why the fuck I just feel sad as fuck? Gave me that call, like, damn, I was finna go over there, too. I ain't even go over there. I ain't go to the hospital. Shit, man. I wouldn't have went to the fucking funeral if I ain't had to. If she ain't, you know what I'm saying? But I had to be a pallbearer, right? I was supposed to beat my cousin up. I let all that shit go. I ain't even do that shit. I would have been dead ass wrong if I'd have did that shit at my grandma's funeral. Yeah, I was gonna beat you up, nigga. I was gonna beat the shit out your ass. That nigga was sad as fuck too. But everybody handle shit different, bro. That's all I gotta say. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Some people don't even feel goddamn worry about going to a wake or to a funeral. You feel me? But they don't want to experience their people like that. They don't. Sometimes motherfuckers don't want that to be the last memory of their, you feel me, or your partner, whoever. And then when you do that shit, bro, motherfuckers don't even look the same, for real.
And you mean to tell me that online chatter is why you
don't even look like who the fuck
that's what they said. They said these people online spreading narratives made it impossible for them to go to Nolan's funeral because they felt like they would be harmed. My thing is, if the family, now, again, I'm not privy to their conversation they had with the family, but if the family tells you, hey, you good, show up. Hey, you straight, show up. Hey, we got you, show up. Hey, show up, we got you, don't worry about it. We're gonna take care of you. Or hey, there'll be a special section just for family and friends. You'll be good. because that's what Christine said. Christine said, yo, there will be a special section just for family and friends. I think the real problem is here, but they understand that the family probably isn't too fond of them due to their online actions. Their online actions have been a part of the reasons why the family ain't really rocking with them. Them bringing Officer Tatum, somebody who have disrespected like the family. Them bringing him to Mississippi is the reason why the family don't rock with them probably. The grandpa don't really rock with them. We've seen the grandpa on Facebook going off. So, yeah, bruh, if you ain't show up to that, means that's your friend. And the last time you will see your friend is at that funeral and you never showed up and you didn't go, man, I don't want to hear that friend talk, man. Yo, I agree 1,000%.
But one fucking friend in the bunch. Not one of them a friend. They can say acquaintances. They can say I was cool with. They can say team was. You can't tell me a friend. You can't call yourself a friend. You know, now it's such a cliche word. You did BFF, my best friend for life, and this is, and they even connect the names, Bennifer and all that kind of. When you got a friend, it ain't shit you won't do for them.
True.
I'm talking about a friend, and not one of them has done anything. I think the problem we're having is that Mississippi is Mississippian, and they're mismonitoring friends. None of them have acted friendly. None of them have done the things that we associate with friendship.
Right. They held on to the phone.
Right.
I think they're being advised or just told you can't be there, except when Officer Tatum comes through. They've been welcomed to an interview.
I would say this: when you hear, they have a scrubbed audio, right? So this is a scrubbed audio.
They move weird. That's a fact. Facts.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut the fuck up!
They're threatening the woman who scrubbed the audio. Why is it that black women and black men are the ones who are moving this case forward? Why is it that it was his mother that had to find his phone and his keys? Why is it that it was a black woman who worked in the audio industry that had to scrub the audio? Why is it that Ben and Al had to show up there? I'll tell you this, Nancy Grace is there. Nancy Grace has tried 100 felony trials, and she thinks something's suspicious. Because it is.
Why wouldn't you think something was suspicious when you have an independent autopsy and yet you don't get the throat and you don't get the lungs?
The lungs. Here's how I know something happened. Because the easiest thing to do.
Now, hey, be careful. hey, listen, man. Hey, be careful. Hey, DL, you might got be careful with the I know for a fact something happened. Now, I think for a fact something happened. Now, I don't know who did it. I don't know who did it. But I think for a fact that Nolan Wells was murdered. Now, who murdered him? I don't know, right? We still investigating. DL, you big enough to where, they looking to get you, bro.
Don't get the throat, and you don't get the lungs.
The lungs.
To not send over the lungs and the throat to the independent autopsy, to me, bro, that's like the biggest clue, but this is like a cover-up all around.
Here's how I know something happened. Because the easiest thing to do, if they have the lungs, would be to know if there was water in them. Then they can say he drowned. Now, all the other places we get into.
But even if they say he drowned, to me, that's still, listen, bro, even if they say Nolan Wells drowned, that don't mean anything. Somebody, again, Judge Mathis gave his walkthrough because there was a bruise at the back of Nolan's head or neck. They could have very well taken it and put it in the water straight up.
At least you would know he drowned. We're not even getting that. And one thing, if you're gonna lie now, you can't let black people watch TV now because now we don't all watch it.
Forensic Files.
Episode 302.
Yes, Law and Order. We know all of it.
Fluid in his lungs.
I know about the mitochondrial DNA, nigga. But just in everyday parlance, people are aware of these things where they wouldn't have been before. Why are you holding on to the key? We can tell if something happened to his throat. We can tell if something happened to his skull. We can tell if there are hemorrhages in his eyes. We can tell if he got lungs. Why is it that you're holding on to things that really get to the heart of what happened to this young man?
And I also think the biggest question is, why have investigators not pulled these kids together and spoken to them? That's what I don't understand. You have the audio, like you said, the scrubbed audio, where they called in to say.
Well, to be fair, I know that they spoke to Bart. Now, did they speak to them together all at once? I don't know. But I know they spoke to Bart, and Bart turned over 20 different names. My thing is, why do it take the police bring you in and interrogating you for you to start handing over names? All right, so Bart handed 20 different. Bart labeled them as witnesses. Witness to what exactly? So to be fair, the police, I guess, have spoken to him. Now, do I think the police is doing their job? No. Right? Because they could have been arrested somebody for bringing alcohol and giving alcohol to underage people. They could have been arrested somebody for bringing drugs and giving it to underage people. They could have arrested people and start really squeezing in people and making them talk, but the police ain't making nobody talk, right? They're not moving as if this is like a priority at all.
That they were sinking, but you can clearly hear that their friend is in distress in the back, but they never mentioned it.
They never challenged that was the case.
Maybe.
What they did was, they started threatening the girl and pulling up her criminal history. Nothing. Mississippi is Mississippi.
Right.
And the thing, everything.
Yo, I wonder how people in Mississippi feel about this. If you're, hey, listen, man. If you're from Mississippi, let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this? And if you're from Mississippi and you want me to fly in and help me record a video where I'm going around Mississippi and asking people how they feel about this, let me know. That's a video that I do want to do. I just don't have a cameraman in Mississippi. So if you guys know a cameraman in like Mississippi, let me know, okay? I want to come to Ocean Springs and ask the public how they feel about this, okay? So let me know. I want to come, right? But let me know how y'all feel about this. Because historically, Mississippi has always been racist. Historically, they don't have the best track record with black folks. And to be honest, I might say they have the worst history with black folks. Like, let me know, right? They might have the worst history with black folks.
They definitely do.
Like ever. So
in America,
man, I don't think anybody can dispute what he's saying.
A close.
When the woman who enhanced the audio
first
and created a piece of content, not really a piece of evidence that we can listen to and extract something useful from, the first thing they do was start posting her mugshot, start calling her a criminal, doing everything in their power to discredit what she got going on. And I don't understand. Right? But yes, y'all, if you know somebody in Mississippi,
it's going the way it usually does. They say now black people are more dangerous. The first thing they said was, what about all the black people that killed black people in Chicago? That's the first thing they say. A lot of them go to jail. A lot of them go like if they instantly try to devalue our lives, so we go, oh, it's okay now. What it is all of us have children. A lot of us have children, and to have a child come up lost with no answers is a pain that no one should have to go through. And as a matter of practice, this state and other states in America have a tendency to do it by rote. And this time, no. This time, no. Remember that if you are...
All right, perfect. So, yo, Tatum, bro, you should be embarrassed with yourself, man. Yo, did y'all see... Now, I'm not sure if y'all saw this. Did y'all see that Tatum is on Jubilee? Yo, wait, hold on, bro. But before we get there, man, let's go to this GoFundMe, man, and do a full dissection of this GoFundMe and how much money they have raised so far. Okay, let's do a fundraiser. So they did a fundraiser. Perfect. Okay, let's go. So Warren's daddy, pause, bro. This fundraiser is going up quickly. All right, it is going up quickly. Okay, so Warren's father did a fundraiser for, I guess, Warren and the boys. It's $100,000 that's going to Taylor and Cox law firm, and this is apparently going to be used to sue Benjamin Crump and sue social media influencers. Now they position this fund as a fund for all the boys. Again, Warren's father is a doctor. Warren's mama is a judge. The last thing they need is money. I'm sorry, bro. Y'all don't need money. It sounds like this is like a kick in the face of, hey, yo, they raising money for Nolan. Why can't we raise money too? This is treacherous, okay? So the first thing I usually do, like when I go to these like fundraisers, right? Especially for like a fundraiser that's being viewed as like anti-black, right? The first thing I do is I go to the comments, okay? And when you go to the comments, what they say, fella, let's go to the biggest, the top donations, okay? Let's go. Look at this. Stay strong against all the hate and racism that's coming your way. So now they believe that we are racist towards them because we're asking for Nolan's death to be investigated. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We are with you until the final bell rings. Yo, people are talking as if they are the victims, as if these people are the ones that got a dead child. They're talking as if they've been victimized. See, yo, listen, yo, if you are a white person and you want to make a quick buck, antagonize some black folks and start a GoFundMe when you get the consequences of antagonizing black folks. Now, I'm not saying they antagonize anybody. I'm just saying there are white folks online that are incentivized to take their money and give it to causes that they feel like will piss off black folks, right? Because right now, they can't really like do anything to really bother us that much at this point. So now the low-hanging fruit is, hey, if a white woman called a black kid the N-word, let's give her $800,000 to piss off black folks, right? If a black kid dies and his friends are in interviews with people who the family don't like, and the friends are saying things about the family like, oh, they're race baiters, let's donate to them so we can piss off the black community even more, right? So these people are not supporters of Warren or his friends. These people are racists who hate black folks and want to see black folks suffer. That's that. They're not supporting this cause because they feel like they're innocent. They're supporting this cause because they feel like this will affect and hurt black folks. So they go, stand for a return to common decency. Stand against the vultures that prey on misfortune and leave a community of families as a carcass. Time to show what this community is about. Now they're saying, time to show. I'm donating this $1,000 so you could show them black folks what we made of. Black folks been knowing what Mississippi was made of for a long time now, bro. For a long time now. Watch, let's go. Let's go. Watch, let's go. These are great kids. They deserve justice. Excuse me? Justice from what? Justice from what? These are great. Justice for what? What have they gone through? What are you talking about? These are great. Justice for what? It is heartbreaking that such a tragedy has now become a greater tragedy. So many people believe that his friends were true friends and not of nefarious intent. I wish you the very best defense team, but most importantly, I wish you, God bless you all, man. Bro, these people, man, hey, bro, these people, now watch this, yo. Let's go to exactly what the father wrote, okay? So the father wrote, on Independence Day weekend of 2026, lives were changed forever. When a group of friends lost their best friend, Nolan Wells, no family should have to endure the pain of losing a son, and no friend should have to grieve the loss of a brother. they are equating the two things of losing your son to a friend losing their friend. Okay, even though I feel like that's a weird, but we'll let it pass, okay? They goes, but instead of being allowed to mourn, what followed was an unprecedented online campaign of accusations, harassments, threats, and defamation. I have not seen the defamation yet. I have not seen anybody who is serious say that Warren or his friends killed Nolan. I haven't seen it, right? Now, they speculated, right, about why y'all had his phone and other things that are very suspicious, but they never just outright said it. Since Nolan's death, Warren Hudson, Jax Patello, Morgan Seymour, and many others have been, I'll be real, bro, I can't pronounce it. What? Oh, inundated. Bro, let's see. My I so bad, bro. I thought the IND. I'm about to say what? Inundated. Okay. Inundated. I apologize. Yeah, inundated with death threats of violence and defamation. They have been falsely and wrongly blamed by individuals online and in the media of either directly or indirectly having a hand in Nolan's death. And if you scroll down, right here, okay, they go, countless large voices across social media declared them guilty of crimes they could not have committed and have never been charged with. Now, listen, man, the only crimes that I believe that we need to look that have been 100% determined was underage drinking was happening. Now,
they damn sure could have booked somebody by that by now. No bullshit. I said that before anybody else.
Underage drinking took place. So, as his friend, shouldn't the people who brought the liquor and the alcohol that may have contributed in Nolan was being drunk and quote unquote accidentally drowning, in your words, shouldn't they be arrested? Shouldn't the quote unquote drug dealers that that brought drugs to the island that y'all claim that Nolan participated in, shouldn't they be locked up? Why isn't Nolan Wells calling for people to be arrested and locked up? Why are they treating this as if they're the victims? Right? Now they and their families have received thousands of hateful messages, death threats, and calls for violence. They have been threatened online and in person countless times. See, I want to know. I don't know if I'm buying that, bro. I don't know if I'm buying that, bro. They've been threatened in person and nobody recorded it. I'll be real, bro. I know my people. I know my people. I know my people. If they would have caught Warren or any one of these white boys outside, they would have pulled out that phone and they would have recorded themselves cussing them out clean. Cussing them clean out. So I don't know if I'm buying that, bro. I don't know if I'm buying that. Nor do I think they've been outside. You're not convincing me, bro, that they just walking outside willy-nilly and people are just harassing them and they keep going outside. Man, I don't believe that, bro. So they continue and they say there have been bomb threats, packages sent, and credible threats of which arrests have been made. Yeah, we know, but why haven't any arrests have been made in Nolan Wells' mama being threatened? Right? Warren's mom is a judge. She could expedite whatever they want expedited. Why haven't anybody been arrested in the threats of Nolan Wells' mama? Right? Like, explain that. They continue. Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, and usual suspects. Yo, that's crazy, bro. Yo, usual suspects is literally a white nationalist lingo.
That's wow. Usual suspects.
This is literally a white supremacist lingo. This is how they disparage us. That's crazy. Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, and the usual suspects,
meaning niggas,
of social media personalities, national news media, and local provocateurs continue to invent and spread false narratives and lies with no accountability. This is typical of Ben Crump and the like. Now, we went through this in my video where I broke down. I'm saying is this, man. Why? Wouldn't they just join in on the investigation? See, they have.
I'm just saying, what a scam is that? The scam was supposed to have the goddamn figures. You know what? Don't worry. Let me.
Had a good start. Offering up to $50,000 was a good start. Was a good start.
I ain't got.
You know how to also do this well.
I'm disappointed in the scam.
Listen, let's pass away.
That's all I'm gonna say.
The homeowner that David was living in, they hired their own private investigator because they said, "This is my home. I'm going to be blamed, right? So I'm going to hire my own private investigator to find out what happened." That private investigator came up with a lot of evidence that was crucial in getting David arrested and indicted. So if you're saying, "Yo, we got nothing to do with this, bro," cool. Hire a private investigator. Put that $50K to use. Find out what happened. Assist the family. Do everything you got to do to make sure the family knows we ain't do nothing, but we are here to find who did it. But coming out and calling them race hustlers and race baiters already tells me where you stand, bro. We're not buying that, man. Cut it out, bro.
For assistance to get
so let's get to Tatum. So Officer Tatum did a Jubilee video. Have y'all seen this?
Everybody have life jackets.
Y'all seen this? Okay, let's pull it.
So if they had life jackets and allegedly he got left behind. That's what they say. Allegedly, he stayed behind.
Now this video is what, like 3? I'll be real. This is a flop for Jubilee. Yo, Tatum, this is a flop for Jubilee. So Tatum's Jubilee episode is a flop. It's at 8,000 views in 3 hours.
Shit fucked up,
I think when Candace did it, right? Like, wasn't it at like, I don't know, right? Like when Candace did it, it was at like, I don't know, like 400,000 in like 3 hours. So this is a flop so far. But let's take a look, man. So Tatum is on Jubilee. Now, before we even start, what do y'all think is going to happen here?
Like, imagine receiving death threats because your
it's labeled as 1 black conservatives versus 20 black liberals.
And you want to know why they
I hate the fact that we gave
Man,
what
an NFACP
and his new clout.
What the fuck they ain't down there? They supposed to be.
Also, Tatum being on Jubilee is sad and disgusting, and we're about to review it. Right, you're about to hear like again his anti-black rhetoric. He got cooked. I heard multiple times on this debate. and we're gonna go into like review it. But him being on Jubilee is bittersweet because A, we get to see him get exposed, and then it's bitter because we now realize Tatum successfully utilized this Nolan Wells tragedy
Not fucking around
to resurge himself back into mainstream. Tatum was somebody that was falling off. His numbers was doing like really bad, right? Like really terrible. People have forgotten about Tatum. He was doing no numbers. He was falling off. And then his Nolan Wells situation happened. And he was able to successfully rage bait black folks. And now because of the attention that we're giving him, he's now getting opportunities like TMZ, Fox News, Nancy Grace. And now he's on Jubilee, right, to spew his anti-black rhetoric. But let's get to it.
I feel like you want to be confrontational more than you want to get to the bottom of the conversation. If you're 25 and under, the leading cause of death for you is being murdered by another black person.
I think you're full of shit. That is the whole thesis of Up From Slavery.
No, it's
Did
not.
you read the book?
I did not read the book.
There you go. Then you don't know what you're talking about. You are uneducated.
To say that Donald Trump is racist is the craziest thing I've heard.
Donald Trump.
Have you ever met Donald Trump?
It's systemic racism holding the.
Yo, bro, dog. Yo, listen, y'all. Yo, so they show about 20 segments, I think, right? They show about 20 segments. So I want y'all to answer real quick, okay? Out of all the debates and all the segments, I want an answer from you guys right now, okay? Out of all the debates and all the segments, okay? How many do you think Tatum gets cooked and how many do you think Tatum won, okay? Let's answer. I want y'all to answer that question. Out of all the segments that Tatum had with these people, how many of these do you believe Tatum cooked or got cooked out of 20? I'll say Tatum lost about 15 out of 20, in my opinion, okay? But let's get to it.
Back, or has it become an excuse to avoid personal responsibility? Now, John was a little too white to handle this topic, so you got me. I'm Paris Rose from Jubilee Media, and this is Surrounded, where one brave soul faces a room full of disagreeers. Today, we're diving into policing in black communities, whether Republicans are better for the black community than Democrats, and the debate over systemic racism. I'm here with our featured guest, former police officer and conservative commentator, Brandon Tatum. I'm so happy to see you today. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm happy.
All right, you ready to take everyone on?
Oh, we're about to get busy in here.
Oh, I love to hear it. Are you guys ready? Yeah! They sound ready. All right, let's go.
Hi, I'm Officer Tatum, and I'm the host of the Officer Tatum Show, and I'm surrounded by black liberals. My first surrounded claim is Trump and Republicans are better for the black community than Democrats.
If you'd like to be the first debater, get to that chair in 3, 2, 1.
She's really good. I've seen a few of her debates, and she's really good. Now, this is just asinine, to be honest, right? Yo, we could say, listen, the Democrats are terrible, they're bad, right? Even if you want to argue that, I guess, right? But even though, there's like a new class of Democrats now, the Democratic Socialists, they're coming up. So if you want to say, hey, the Democrats, they aren't as good as we want them to be, cool. But to think that President Trump, who pushed the Supreme Court, he literally pushed the Supreme Court, he pushed them to legalize racial prejudice. He did. He went to the Supreme Court and says, listen, we need racial profiling to be legalized because we need racial profiling to get illegal immigrants from out the country. And the Supreme Court passed it. Racial profiling is now legalized. An officer can stop you based on how you look, based on the language he suspects you of speaking, even before you speak it. So like, right? Again, they could hang out like out of, let's say like you feel me, like a taco stand. They could hang out at a taco stand and stop 100 Hispanics and say, we suspect you of being illegal. Why? Because you are Mexican. Huh? Isn't that racial profiling? Yeah, we are allowed to do it now because of Donald Trump. They could stop black folks. Hey, you look foreign. Huh? How you know what the hell? Bro, I'm not foreign. I was born here. Sorry. Give me your ID. Give me your birth certificate. But I don't have a birth certificate. Sorry. Bye-bye. Right? So they are now allowed to racial profile based on the Supreme Court ruling. And you know who pushed that? Trump. Stephen Miller is an admitted white nationalist. He is a literal admitted, bro. He wrote like manifesto about how this is a white country. We need to like have a resurgence of white pride, whatever that means. Right? So to say that these people, that minorities, black folks, are somehow better under these people, you are sick. You are sick. And there are also some other groups out here who are claiming like we should downvote the Democrats, don't vote in the presidential election, but vote in these other elections. Those are agents of chaos. Those are people who are COINTELPRO. They're being sent to our community to A, divide us, and then 2, get you guys to hand over every election to the Republicans. It's simple as that. Now, I do want to also too like separate the alt-right from the right. Because there are some Republicans who are simply Republicans due to policies, right? Then there's the alt-right, where their race and their color is their identity. It's simple as that. They won't vote for a black Christian, but they will vote for a white atheist. Trump is an atheist. Trump don't believe in God. Trump said at Charlie Kirk's funeral, I'm not a Christian. They will vote for a white atheist before they vote for a black Christian.
I don't know.
So don't get it confused. When you hear Christian nationalism, no, it's not Christian nationalism. It's white supremacy.
Not being a Christian doesn't automatically make you an atheist.
Before I do my rebuttal, I would just like to know why you think that.
Well, there's a myriad of reasons. I think that conservative
maybe he's saying he's Jewish
are more beneficial to the black community. It's more beneficial to America, which black people are part of America. And I think that policies like limiting immigration or illegal immigration, getting illegal immigrants out of this country, lowering taxes, all benefit black people as a whole. Religious freedom, you name it. Every single policy that I can think about that Republicans have implemented, that they stand for, the values they stand for, are all better off for black people than Democrats could ever dream of.
How have you okay, but first of all, religious freedom is not just a Republican policy. I just want that's just in the Constitution.
What? Religion? What? Didn't Charlie Kirk say that Zohar Madani should not be allowed to be the mayor of New York because he's a Muslim?
Thumbs up.
There's nobody on planet Earth, right, who's more intolerant of other religions. If you're not Christian, they hate you. It's simple. Far-right conservatives agree on religious freedom. Man, hey, listen, bro, go talk to your homies, Tatum. Go talk to your homie. Bro, didn't Charlie Kirk say that the founding fathers' interpretation of freedom of religion was only for Christians? That the founding father did not intend to include Islam and other religions within. They were anti the First Amendment because they don't believe that people should be able to practice Islam in America. What do you mean? What do you mean these people are, bro? Like what, bruh?
Shout out to everybody that
sound like a liberal and a
nonverbal
Democrat, and I'm not
kids,
even a Democrat or a liberal.
kids.
I feel like I'm moderate as can be, and I became moderate because I hate Donald Trump.
I know it's hard on you, but you're gonna be all right.
Come on, bro.
Every single aspect of life.
That's
Republicans are far more freedom, believe in the freedom of religion than Democrats could ever dream of.
You are a liar, bro.
I don't want to harp on that. That's in the Constitution. That's just not true.
From
but
every single aspect of life. No.
But I just want to focus on which one of Trump's policies specifically has been designed to help the black community.
Well, First Step Act has been designed to reverse the effects of over-policing from the past.
That was done that.
The First Step Act, yes, it was.
Okay.
To allow for people who were incarcerated with sentencing for drug dealing and less violent crimes for them.
Bruh. Hold on, bro.
No.
That affected more white folks than black folks. What are you talking about? That was not like a black. No, listen, bro. That affected more white folks than black folks. Also, too, bro. Trump got in office and took away DEI. And they'll have you thinking that DEI, for some reason, like, by the way, is this thing that grants black folks privilege. But no, all it does is it attempts to even the playing field. But even at its attempt to even the playing field, all it did was benefit white women the most.
And to have some relief. My uncle got out on the First Step Act.
Okay.
Urban revitalization.
Yeah.
Injecting money into these inner city communities. Permanent funding for HBCUs, which Barack Obama never did.
Baby.
Donald Trump implemented.
Okay.
I mean, I can go down the list.
Yeah,
and I think that lowering taxes and all the other benefits that Americans get is also beneficial to black
So
people.
it's funny because I've watched some of your videos, I've heard these talking points before, and I actually looked into all of these, and there's not a ton of quantitative impact on how those have actually affected just the black community. But let's talk about the Republican Party and Trump and his policies as a whole. Do you think that Trump reposting a video in which one of his supporters screams white power was beneficial to the black community?
I'm not familiar with some video that he posted.
Well, I mean, you should be.
Let's talk about Democrat policy.
You see
Now
how
you wanna
dishonesty
change
is,
the
though,
subject.
all right? When you bring up, right? You bring up Trump's racism, all of a sudden, I didn't see it. Let's quickly pivot, though, right? Let's quickly pivot. Bro, this is how you know you're a part of a cult. If you can't criticize the person you perceive to be at the top. It's simple as that, bro. There's not a person I feel like I cannot critique. I'm sorry. And if I feel like I can't critique you, we're not friends. It's simple as that.
White power was beneficial to the black community.
I'm not familiar with some video that he posted.
Well, I mean, you should be.
Let's talk about Democrat policy.
You should be.
Let's talk about Democrat
No,
policy.
no, now you're obfuscating. You are the one who has the burden. No, I'm sorry. I do not want to be interrupted.
It says right here
I did not want to
that
be
Trump and
You are the
Republicans
one.
are better than the
Yes,
Democrat
exactly.
policy.
So the burden of proof is on you. Yes. No, this is how debate works. You've made a claim that you have to substantiate, and you have yet to do that.
I am wrong. So how are you correct in that Democrat policies are better than Republican?
Bro, Tatum is so dumb. Bro, that's not how that works, Tatum. Tatum, that's not how that works, bro. Okay? You have to prove what you're saying, Tatum. Yo, that's like me saying, right? Yo, Poetic Flacco is the richest man in the world.
They need
and then somebody says, like, huh? Like,
flag
no,
on
you're
the
not.
play.
Well, prove it. Well, like, in order to prove it, you would have to have access to my account, huh? Yeah, prove it. Bro, only you have access to your bank account, right? So you prove why you're the richest. And then I will show you why what you're saying is cap. But if I say I'm the richest man in the world, I got $1 trillion in my account, and then I tell anybody who believes I'm lying to say, okay, prove I'm lying. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, son. Sorry.
Well, actually, do you want to know my personal belief is that the Democrats are fundamentally kind of apathetic to the needs of black people, while Republicans are openly antagonizing the black community.
Give me an example.
So, I mean, so
what
an
policy
example.
position is negative towards black people that Republicans implement?
Trump this year intentionally got rid of the disparate impact analysis. So what the disparate impact analysis does is that it analyzes laws that were made neutrally, policies that were intended to be neutral, to make sure that there were not any racial disparities as an effect of that policy, right? Accidentally. So Trump has removed the protection for the disparate impact analysis. So we don't know if the policies that we're enacting are disproportionately hurting the black community or not.
That doesn't make any sense. Any policy,
doesn't make any sense. I agree.
No, what
It's a
you're
bad
saying
idea.
does not make any sense because the policies that are implemented,
yes,
the majority of the ones that
Yo, and watch how he just completely ignores what she says.
In Congress will agreed upon by the House and the Senate, Democrats and Republicans.
Yes.
And so with that being said, there's black people represented. There's all kinds of people represented in creating our laws and
I know, but
policies.
that's the point.
So
But
what are you
not
saying that they're not considering
But
whether or not it has a desperate effect on black
So
on the
here's
black
the
community?
thing. When you create a policy, obviously you are creating it in good faith. But
That's
we
the
do
point,
not
Tatum.
know always how that policy is going to affect the
Give me an
population.
example of a
Can
policy.
I finish
Give
talking?
me an
please?
example of policy.
But I'm
'Cause
trying to explain
I'm running out of
to
time.
So the point of the disparate analysis report is to
No, Tatum, you are losing. That's why.
check to make sure that the laws that we implement in good faith don't end up hurting the black community by accident. Why would you get rid of that?
Why do you think he got rid of it?
Because
According
he's
to you,
racist.
to say that Donald Trump is racist is the
Not Tatum. Explain why. Yo, cool. So he completely bypasses and pivots away from Trump posting somebody saying white power. She breaks it down for him to the simplest form, and then asking, why will somebody get rid of this? And then instead of addressing why he would get rid of it, he pivots to, well, how do you say he's racist? No, first address why Donald Trump will get rid of something that, like, particularly, that I would feel like everybody would agree with, right? Like nobody would think that particular thing is hurting anybody. Like, how is that hurting somebody?
he got rid of it.
Because
According
he's
to you,
racist.
to say that Donald Trump is racist is the craziest thing I've heard.
Donald Trump.
Have you,
oh
have
my
you-
God.
Have you ever met Donald Trump personally?
The craziest thing.
Have you don't know him?
No, so
Why would
you've
you
met
say,
Donald
I
Trump.
Out of all the shit in this world, that's the craziest thing that he's heard. Out of everything in the motherfucking world.
Donald Trump several times.
So you're
Out of all this shit that's been coming out from government files.
Well,
let's just keep going.
I can base
I'm not
that he's
gonna-
racist based on Donald Trump's actions. Like, what are you talking about? Bro, Donald Trump literally pushed for racial profiling. Donald Trump
that's
posted
racist.
the Obama's.
Pushing for racial profiling, that's like top tier racism. Like, like top shelf. Like, that's like Closet Zoo. Like, if you want to drink, like the top.
As gorillas and monkeys, and then claim, it was an intern mistake. I'm sorry. What? Bro, fam, Donald Trump came and got rid of DEI and said DEI was racist towards white folks. What are you talking about? Did we get what happened in Charleston? Like, when them racists marched and ended up murdering somebody, Donald Trump says he empathized with them. There were some good folks on that side. Man,
You ever met Donald Trump personally?
no,
Have you don't know him?
no. So
Why would
you've
you
met
say
Donald
I've
Trump.
met Donald Trump several times?
So you're basing whether or not he's racist
You
just
don't
on
have any
your personal-
evidence. You're saying because he allegedly got rid of some desperate impact analysis that somehow that has something to do with race and it only affects black
But
people.
your evidence is anecdotal. Oh, Trump was nice to me one time,
I
therefore
have
he's
no-
not a racist.
I have no evidence to
Of
believe
course
that
he's
Trump
nice
is a
to you,
racist.
because you are
Where's the
excusing
evidence that
his
Trump is a racist?
racism. Okay, I'll
Where's
give
it-
you more evidence.
give me
In
evidence.
1973, his company was sued for violating the Fair Housing Act by openly discriminating
What was
against
the
black
findings?
renters.
What was the findings of that?
He was actually forced to settle.
It was forced to settle.
Yes,
made
he
a
was forced
decision
to settle. No, he had
There
to
was
settle.
no finding of fault.
Why
was it?
would someone settle
Was it
if they
finding
were
of
not
fault?
guilty?
You can make it.
Why
whatever
would
you
someone
want.
settle
You
if
can
he
say,
wasn't
why
doing
would,
it?
Was there a determination in court that he was at fault?
also forced to.
No. Was
yes.
there?
He settled. He settled. Bruh, fan, listen, bruh. If he was innocent, why would he settle?
Facts.
Why would someone settle
You
if
can
he
say,
wasn't
why
doing
would,
it?
Was there a determination
Yes,
in court that
he
he was?
When they ask a question like, why would somebody settle if he wasn't guilty? Like, it's almost like when you get charged for some shit where you like, man, I really ain't do this shit. But you don't want to goddamn go through the process of proving your innocence and shit. So you gonna plead no contest and you gonna take automatic probation or some shit. Which is really not the same, because if you think about it, Donald Trump well off, he got the money to fight that shit. And if it was a matter of his freedom, he would fight the shit. But if it's just a matter of money, So if you could cut your losses and settle for a specific amount versus losing 10 times that amount, then bitch, you gonna settle. It was really like he had a greater chance of losing and coming up off more money than he wanted to. So I'm gonna settle. But
he was at fault.
Also forced to.
No. Was
yes.
there determination in court that he was at fault?
I can see both.
He settled, so they didn't have determination in court. He got out of it by settling, which is what you do when you are guilty, but you don't want to go to court.
That's not the way.
That is exactly what
Welcome back to the Lit House.
Of course it is. Fam, listen, bro. If you accuse me of something horrific, such as being a world racist, I'm not settling. Prove it. Donald Trump took out an ad, right, for the Central Park 5, right? Called them all type of names. Said these 5 black boys that was coerced into a mission, said, yo, they are nasty, they're guilty, blah, blah. The Central Park 5 was eventually exonerated. Donald Trump had nothing to say. Donald Trump's entire history has been victimizing black folks and microaggressions towards black folks and like minorities. This is what Donald Trump does.
Settling is, yes.
No,
you
it's
settle
not.
out, yes.
He had a dissent decree, which they agreed that he would implement certain things in his organization. There was no fault granted. They did not prove.
What were the things that he had to
discrimination.
implement in his company?
Recruiting. It was a form of it was that
I think you're thinking about a different lawsuit against the Trump administration.
He had to make sure that they have job applications available to minorities.
No, this wasn't about jobs. This was about the Trump Corporation, the real estate. Yes, they violated the Fair Housing.
Again, Donald, yo,
she good.
Bro, Donald Trump has so many examples
What's her name?
doing some bootleg shady-ish to black folks that she didn't even bring up what he's talking about. And he just volunteered that. Yo, there's so many examples that he gets confused as to which one he's responding back to. This is nasty work, Tatum.
We talking about something different.
Well, there were 2 times he was sued for racism.
I only know of one time.
Yeah.
Tatum, you got cooked, bruh. Tatum, you got cooked. Yo, I'll be real, yo. I was not expecting a raccoon meat grilling so fast. Bro, you got cooked.
All right, I'm waiting off.
You are getting cooked. What?
I guess he 0-1 already.
Sir, you don't even know what you're talking about. Bro, you were so confident in what you were saying that you, bro, oh my, yo, this is bad, bro.
You should learn about the other one because it was bad too. Yeah.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
I don't think you know
the dissent decree, which was established. There was no findings of Donald Trump being a racist, and his organization has been without fault.
No, that was.
You cannot find a court document that says that Donald Trump officially discriminated against anybody.
He literally marked.
What's your next one?
He literally marked black applicants.
What's your next one? What's your next example of Trump being a racist?
When he reposted the Obamas as monkeys.
Now he did not. He already said.
Ding ding ding. She won, man. Get your next. Bring the next one though. She won. She won, bro. 3 clear-cut examples. That's the icing on the cake.
He already said that he did not post that.
I think everybody remembers that shit because it was supposed to be a Lion King thing, whatever type of shit when he posted that shit. When the fuck have you seen gorillas in the Lion King? I ain't seen the new Lion King movie, so I don't know, but. I don't remember seeing no gorillas. I remember seeing a baboon, but I don't remember seeing no gorillas.
It was somebody on his staff, and the post was.
I bet. Okay, yeah. I bet.
Am I tripping? Am I? Is this a timeline?
Listen, I bet. I don't know. Okay, I bet. My thing is, how many more times do you have to make an excuse for somebody? How many? How many? If Superfly Cooper says Democrats are more racist than anything, bro, we not defending either Democrats or Republicans. We just not. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. All right? I'm just not. Right? I used to be like conservative for a fact. But my hatred for Trump, like white nationalism, yo, bro, the fucking rise, I don't feel like people understand how scary this shit is, yo. The rise of white nationalism to me should be the biggest threat to black folks. See, before white nationalism, used to be this thing where, people looked at it as if like, these people are nuts. They are fringe. These fringe group of racists is nuts. Now we have somebody in the White House who believes in white nationalism. J.D. Vance believes in it, even though his wife is Indian. Stephen Miller wrote a manifesto about white nationalism. This country is a white country according to them, and it belongs to white folks. Now you have a Christian nationalist like Charlie Kirk, like J.D. Vance, who are dog whistling white nationalism. Now it's not, because again, they can't just outright say, hey, it's a white country for only white folks. Now they're saying it's a Christian country for only Christians.
Now, what was I saying in the beginning? About how they told niggas it was illegal to read, then gave them a Bible. Told motherfuckers' ancestors, beat them into worshiping that Bible. Imagine that shit. A bitch telling you it's illegal to sell dope. It's just like the government. They told you it was illegal to sell dope, then they brought out them bricks in here. Whatever, the Reagan era. Hey, look. It's illegal to sell drugs. But we finna bring these bricks in here, you know what I'm saying? So y'all get some money. So it's illegal to read, but you want niggas to read the Bible? That's suspicious as fuck.
So now all the brown people who aren't Christian.
I ain't gonna lie. That's what my first antennas went up when I was at school. I'm like, what? It's illegal to read? They gave niggas the Bible? I mean, this shit been a setup from the beginning. They been setting niggas up from the beginning, man. So if your ass was traveling, right, and you were black and you had a book, man, your ass would go straight to jail. They'll kill you or hang your ass or some shit. But if it was the Bible, you was okay. Is that
Christian? You guys are out of here.
Like, nigga, you know you ain't supposed to be reading, but that's a Bible, so you good.
If you are a black man, you cannot co-sign any party. Listen, MAGA hijacked conservatism, bro. Straight up. MAGA hijacked Republicans. And if you are black, you can in good conscience support anything that white nationalism is involved in. 100% fact.
He already said that he did not post that. It was somebody on his staff, and the post wasn't even about that. That was a real.
Yo, Ronnie M90 says J.D. Vance's wife is Indian. How is he racist? How many slave owners had black BMs? How many slave owners had black baby mamas? How many? How many?
It was on his account.
And then when it came out, he denounced it. He said it was wrong.
It was on his account already.
One of the staffers posted it.
Why would one of his staffers even have that? Even if it wasn't him,
you're making the
why
post
would
sound
he
like
not
the post was
it?
about that. It was a meme created by somebody else. And
Are you really depicting black people as monkeys? Like, that's crazy.
And Hillary
That's
Clinton.
crazy.
And Hillary Clinton was
you're
a
gonna point
pig.
it.
And it was all kind of people depicted as animals. It
Yeah.
wasn't just about Barack Obama.
But that wasn't posted though. Yo, I hate when they listen, man. I hate when they make this like example. I hate when they make this example. Yo, the entire video, the whole 2 minutes showed everybody as animals. Okay, but only the 5 seconds of Obama's as monkeys were posted. So why does the full video matter?
Black people as monkeys? Like, that's crazy.
And Hillary
That's
Clinton.
crazy.
Oh my God. Hillary Clinton was
and now you're
a
gonna point
pig.
it.
And it was all kind of people depicted as animals. It
Yeah.
wasn't just about Barack Obama. Did Donald Trump
Has
make the video?
any other president done that
Did Donald
ever?
Trump make the video?
Has any other president done
No,
that
you're
ever?
blaming him. Did Donald Trump make the video?
I don't know if he made it, but
No,
it
he
doesn't
did
matter.
not.
It's about
Did
what
he
he
denounce?
posts.
Did he denounce what that represented?
If I posted something that said "kill all of X people," that's what I believe,
no,
right?
That's not true.
Even
Somebody-
if I didn't type it out,
That's not
and
true.
Put it in Canva
If you-
and then post it.
If somebody
it's still
posted
what I believe.
if somebody posted some offensive on your account and you denounce it, is that a fair statement to say you don't believe in that?
No, I don't think that's true. I would like to be held accountable. If
He said he didn't believe
if I
it.
hired someone to post on my behalf and they posted racist statements,
And you said
that would be on me.
and you took it down
No,
and you told them
I'm
and you said to the world you don't believe that to be
Officer
true.
Tatum, we have to pause here. All right, you have been voted out by the majority. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you,
If you would like to be the next debater, get to the chair in 3, 2, 1.
So I'd like to talk about Trump and the Republicans, not specifically on Trump, but focusing upon the history of the Republican Party because he's just the latest iteration of that. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
So the Republican Party has a proven track record of giving platforms to.
Yo, Tatum, bro, how do you even know, fam, Tatum, how do you even know what they are saying? Sir, the man has not even gotten the words out of his mouth yet. And you're already disagreeing. Okay. Well, let's take a look at the second question though, because okay, come on, let's go. What's the second
Like to
question?
be the next debater, get to the chair in 3, 2, 1.
Perfect. So, come on, man. Sorry, this is for like the clip channel. So, Officer Tatum was on Jubilee debating whether or not, I guess, Republicans are better off of black folks than Democrats, like whatever, like that absurd question means. But here is the second debate.
So I'd like to talk about Trump and the Republicans, not specifically on Trump, but focusing upon the history of the Republican Party because he's just the latest iteration of that. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
So the Republican Party has a proven track record of giving platforms to sellouts who promote a message that harms black people.
Who
And
is
I'll give
that?
you an
Who is the
example.
sellout that you give me an example?
Well, there are actually quite a few, but I'll start with the
Well, hold on, let's
earliest
start with this
example.
premise. The first black legislators,
Right.
or the first black people in Congress, House of Representatives, were all Republicans.
Right. So let me
Okay,
explain that to you.
Is that a fact pattern?
Right. Yes. So basically what happened is,
Well, a party switch happened, of course, right? Like, bro, listen, yo, and like, yo, this party switch too, like, they hate to acknowledge or address the party like switch, right? Fam, listen, bro, you don't even need to do any type of research or thinking, okay? Go back to those quote unquote like black Republicans and look at the platforms they were campaigning on. Look at the promises, look at like the policies they were campaigning on, and then come back and compare those policies to the policies right now. And you tell me, does those policies align more with the Democrats or more with the Republicans? And if it aligns more with modern day Democrats, then ask yourself why you are unwilling to address or acknowledge the party switch.
the last of the radical Republicans, which was a segment of the Republican Party that passed the 14th Amendment, all of the amendments that gave black people the right to vote and ensured that slaves would not be disenfranchised. He died in August 11.
No. Black people, Republicans unanimously voted.
He died in 1868 when the 14th Amendment was passed.
The
And then guess
Republicans
what?
as a whole
Right.
voted unanimously. The Democrats did not.
Right, but guess what? After the radical Republican faction left Congress,
Radical Republican. That's
yes,
not. That's the.
they
people
are.
you
They
make
were.
that up.
They were a historic. No. That's a title. They were
who was
historic.
the radical Republican?
They-
Yo, Tatum gets angry because he don't understand history. Yo, Tatum gets angry because he's uneducated. Tatum gets angry because he don't even have the brain power to even fully participate in this conversation. So he starts to get aggressive and angry because he understands he knows nothing about what like this man is talking about. He knows nothing about what this man is talking about.
They were a segment of the Republican Party that Thaddeus Stevens. He's an example. They are the ones who created the Freedmen's Bureau, which was designed to assimilate ex-slaves into the national citizenry. After they left, the Republican Party constructed an oligarchy, which we called the Gilded Age, and in which we saw the fate of Black people decline. Black home ownership decline. Black voting decline.
I hope they fact check you on
all
this.
Of that.
The Republicans unanimously voted.
The radical Republicans were a faction of the Republican Party during the Civil War and Reconstruction committed to abolishing slavery and securing civil and political rights, including voting rights for Black men. They did not disappear in 1868, although their influence declined during the early 1870s. Some remained active into the mid-1870s. So he was 100% correct. He just got like the dates were off by what, like 2 years? The dates were off by 2 years, so he's 100% correct then.
No, not after that.
Let me fit. The Republicans unanimously voted for the 13th, 14th, and 15th
Yes,
Amendment.
under the leadership of the radical Republicans, and they were progressives.
Unanimously voted for the Civil Rights Act.
Yes, and then after the radical Republicans left, they stopped doing that.
When did the radical Republicans leave?
During the Gilded Age, the Republican Party increasingly emphasized industrial growth and business-friendly policies, but the destruction of Black voting rights in the South was carried out principally by white Democrat governments and allied white supremacist groups through violence, intimidation, fraud, and disenfranchisement laws, aided by federal blah, blah. Yeah, we acknowledge, right, that in the 1800s, again, that Republicans back then were the modern day Democrats, and Democrats back then were the modern day Republicans. The party switch happened. Again, that's a fact you can't really deny, right? Like 100%.
1868, the last person died.
That's
yes.
not true.
It is 100% true.
Because
now,
the Republicans unanimously
let me
voted
get back to what
for
I
the
was
Civil
saying.
Rights
Let me
Act.
get back to what I was saying.
The Republicans unanimously voted for the Civil Rights
Act.
Act.
You're bulldozing and you're steamrolling because you don't want to hear what I have to say.
Let's quantify that point.
Listen, brother.
The Republicans.
Listen.
How are you trying to skip from 1868 to 1964 before his point is even out yet?
Listen to what I have to say.
Civil Rights Act.
Listen to what I have to say that you can respond to it, okay?
I want you to answer that question.
Booker T. Washington was fated by the white racist establishment. He had tea at Windsor Castle by Queen Victoria. He met Susan B. Anthony. He was allowed to create the Tuskegee Institute because he was promoting this myth of personal responsibility, which harms Black people.
The most successful documented Black man who lifted so many Black people from poverty to success was Booker T. Washington.
No, he did not. Jim Crow
was incredible for Black success in America.
The institutionalization of Jim Crow was a direct result of his false message.
What was his false message?
His message was that Black people were not fit to participate in the political process.
That's not true.
Because slavery had set them backwards.
Where do you see
all of
that
the
Booker
Black
T. Washington mentioned
congressmen,
that?
it's in his.
Let's fact check him. The statement that Booker T. Washington called Black people unfit to participate in political processes because slavery has set them back is not an authentic sentiment or quotation from his 1901 autobiography. Washington did not claim that Black Americans were racially incapable of political participation. Indeed, he supported voting and opposed racial. Yeah. So yeah, this buddy, sir, sir, how you now here? I'm gonna say this, okay? Tatum is winning this back and forth with this buddy right here, cause bro, they just fact checking him right and they fact checking this dude right and left, bro. How you gonna come up here knowing that fact check exists and just get to lying, right? And just get to lying. Yo, I'll be real. Tatum got fraud. Nah, don't get to lying now, bro. Nah, Rod Jones, don't get to lying, Rod. Rod Jones goes Tatum up 2-0. Man, don't get to lying, dog. Don't get to lying, dog. No. Tatum got cooked like raccoon meat the first one. This second one, he's holding his ground more because this dude is just lying for no reason.
His book.
You saying he mentioned that Black people were not fit to participate
that is
in
the whole thesis of Up From Slavery.
No, it's not.
Did you read the book?
I did not read the book.
There you go. Then you don't know what you're talking about.
I know other.
Let me tell you something, brother. I am a history teacher.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
I teach in the public school system. You are uneducated.
Let me finish what I'm saying. You cannot teach.
He said he a history teacher. I don't think that even qualifies you still, sir, even though you're a history teacher. Because they've been misinforming motherfuckers for so long in the education system. They only teach motherfuckers how to stay a fucking worker.
Know what you're talking about.
If you're telling me
No,
the
facts.
Republicans did not unanimously in the Civil Rights
You
Act.
are being given.
You cannot tell me you're a teacher if you are not, and you do not understand.
You are
Wait,
lying
guys, do not talk over each other. We can't hear anything either you are saying.
He's not allowing me to make a single point.
Because I'm making points.
No, because you're afraid.
Of what?
Of the truth.
I just explained to you.
When you
earn
a living off of lies, you are afraid of the truth.
Give me a lie that I've told.
The idea that Republican policies benefited black people, and that is not true.
I just gave you Republican policies.
No, let me give you an example.
Give me examples that they've hurt black people.
I'll give you an example. During the Hoover administration, 43% of the black people who were employed in domestic work. And the reason for that is because they were shut out of truly gainful employment. And the segment who was hurt the most were black men. Black women could get jobs as maids and things of that sort. But black men, any job that gave them the opportunity for social dignity, value, and worth, they were systematically denied. And a lot of it had to do with Booker T. Washington's message. Now, guess what?
Booker T. Washington's message
has been harmful.
That I have.
You have not read the book.
Portions of his message.
No, read the whole book.
I will read the whole book. But you cannot sit here and tell me that Booker T. Washington's message was disenfranchising to black people.
And guess what?
That's not true.
Guess what he acknowledges in his book?
So the Tuskegee Institute was detrimental to black people.
Guess what he said?
No. Was the Tuskegee
Yes, it was. And let me tell you why. He acknowledged.
Now, okay. So, sorry. So, I think, okay. So, Buddy right here, I think he will qualify because, again, when I'm on Olay and Friends, shout out to Olay, they have this saying to where there's Democrats, there's liberals, and then there's progressives. Okay. So there are Democrats that are just so radical, they don't identify as a liberal. Like a liberal is an insult. I think he will qualify as one of those like radical progressives. All right. Now, I've never seen a black man dislike Booker T. Washington. I'll be real. I haven't really read that book either. I don't know too much of Booker T. Washington, like a harmful rhetoric. As far as I've been taught in my entire life, is Booker T. pushed for education for black folks, and he did everything in his power to get black folks educated. That's what I was taught about Booker T. Washington. What he's bringing, I don't know, but he's already been fact checked once. And I'll be real, the way they talking, bro, they damn near the same people.
People in Tuskegee, Alabama, the white community there, only allowed him to create that institute because he assured them he would not be teaching them anything that would lift them out of domestic status, anything that pertained to higher education, any knowledge of their history, or just the humanities, anything that white people took for granted in normal universities. It was designed to keep black people oppressed. That was the point.
Up from slavery. Booker T. Washington had a message of black success and personal accountability and responsibility.
And
he did not depend on the government to do the things that black people could already do.
Yes, he did deny on the government.
He did not.
Yes, he did.
He did not make his mission and his plan to say that black people should depend on the government.
This is the lie.
That is a
for
lie.
Everybody who.
But how come black folks are not allowed to depend on the government, but white folks are, right? Like black folks can't take food stamps, can't take government assistance because that makes us like lazy, right? But white folks can do it. So white folks are allowed to take government assistance until they get themselves out their situation. But when black folks do it, we're lazy. Like we're lazy. Now, ultimately, I don't disagree with that philosophy, right? I don't disagree with saying, we can't trust a government that enslaved us. We can't trust a government that has shown time after time after time, they will create systems if those systems means keeping you down. So because we can't trust that, we have to find a way to be self-sufficient. We have to find a way to grow our own food. We have to find our way to start our own businesses. We have to find a way to make our own money. We have to find a way to be community-based. I don't disagree with that philosophy. The problem with that philosophy, much like communism is when you try to implement it, well, real life happens, right?
Real shit.
Communism doesn't work because absolute power corrupts. Simple.
You got to fight through that
right?
shit.
Simple. All right. People at the top will always steal. People, when they're being given something, probably won't work, right? Like, yo, if you say, yo, listen, yo, the doctor, the lawyer will all make the same as the person who tests video games, right? The doctor, the lawyer will all make the same as the cafeteria lunch lady. The doctor, the lawyer, and it will all make the same as the call center employee. The doctor, the lawyer, and the call center employee would all have to live in similar houses and eat similar foods and live similar lifestyles. It will be impossible to instill motivation into somebody to be more than a call center employee if they get the same reward as a doctor. So because human nature will absolutely corrupt whatever that system is, it's impossible to implement. So in this regard, yes, by theory, it's great to be self-sufficient. But here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing. We have tried to be self-sufficient in the past, right? We've asked for our own thing. Even during Jim Crow, when white folks had their stuff, black folks had our stuff.
The massacres of
They made sure to tear down our stuff. They made sure to make sure our stuff was worse. They made sure to like give us the most shitty product they could give us. They made sure that everything that we had was dramatically worse than whatever the white folks had. When black folks started Tulsa, they burned it down. In Philly, they burned it down. Whenever black folks have started an enriched community that was self-sufficient, they burn it down and they tear it down. So in theory, yeah, but they won't let us do that.
Like 19.
So if we started it and they tear it down every time we build it, at what point do we say, hey, bro, we can't keep rebuilding without help? Because whenever we rebuild, you guys tear it down. So now guess what? All right? If we have to start behind the 8-ball, because now we're centuries behind, because whenever we do make progress, y'all tear it down. So now we're centuries behind. And now you're saying, hey, be self-sufficient. Hell no, we need some help. It's simple as that.
People should focus solely upon family and their economic status and ignore agitations for social equality. No,
it's
and he actually says,
the family.
He actually says in that
personal
book
responsibility.
that agitations for social equality are the extremist folly because black people are not prepared to be social equals to white people. He actually says that has been the program of the Republican Party ever since.
First of all, that's a lie.
And now, guess what else happened?
That's a lie.
So. Why did the Democrats have, until Cory Booker recently, had the longest filibuster against the Civil Rights Act? Right. I'll tell you why. Longest in history. So basically what happened is prior to that act, there were a number of Dixiecrats who were the inheritors. Racist Democrats. I'll tell you, the inheritors of slavery, chattel slavery, and then the Jim Crow era that took its place. Guess what? After those acts, the Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act were passed unanimously by Republicans. There was a 20 to 30% shift away from the Democratic Party into the Republican Party. And then, surprisingly, Nixon begins his war on drugs, which is a part of his law and order program. And guess what happens? Black people become 6 to 7 times higher to be arrested for drug abuse versus white people. They are mass incarcerated.
Yeah, but in short, my brother, see, so I don't have the commitment and the loyalty to the Democratic Party or the name. I can acknowledge there was a party switch. All right. But if somebody wants to pretend it wasn't, okay, yeah, cool. So you're telling me that some racist white folks rooted for a racist system. Okay, yeah, right. Expected, right? The Democrats and the Republicans, they are no good. But if I had to choose in 2026 who I want this country ran by, you know who I'm choosing? I'm probably going to choose the racist who's a little empathetic towards black folks, right? Because again, if you're saying the only option I have is a racist who's not empathetic and a racist who is empathetic, let me pick the empathetic racist, bro. All right? So, yeah, the Democrats, had racist at some point. Now, even though, it was a party switch, their policies is more representative of the modern day Republican. But still, bro, listen, I'm not about to sit here and defend Democrats and defend. No, I'm just not doing it, bro. All right, across the board, racist white folks, cool. If you want to blame the racist white folks that were Democrats, blame them. If you want to blame the racist white folks that was Republican, blame them. Either way, racist white folks did a lot of negative and effed up things to us. And that needs to be right, and that needs to be fixed. That needs to be answered for. But don't get to sitting up here defending them. Nah, bruh. Son, we don't do that. Is you crazy? Racist Democrats, we don't care what you want to call them. They were racist, and they implemented systems to keep us back. Now, what I feel like is a more productive conversation is Tatum acknowledging those very systems that were created to hold us back. Now acknowledge it now.
Incarcerating us, and it is directly tied to Republican policy.
Okay, we have to pause here. We have to pause here. You have been voted out by the majority. Thank you so much. If you would like to be the next debater, get to that chair in 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, God damn.
Watch out now. How you doing?
So now, boy, now, hey, man, listen, man.
I don't know if I like the way he ran to that show. I guess that's the object of the game, right? To be the first to the chill. But the way that nigga ran to that chill, everybody that was on that side knew to sit the fuck back down and let him have it. Because he was ready to truck, it looked like he was finna run a bitch over. He didn't even run to this, he just ran that way to block off the chill. So whoever was just gonna get hit. So like everybody stood out, I was finna go, just sat the fuck back down.
In 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, God damn.
Just sat the fuck back down.
How you doing?
I'm not even gonna speak on it. I'm not. Welcome back to the Lit House, Home Meet TV, hustles on the mission every day. I am capital, whatever you do, create a positive impact today and later.
So now, boy, now, hey, man, listen, man. Listen, I already know what the comments gonna say, man. What do you say? Emeka Tether. Tether. Why is this Tether? Why is this Tether speaking on Black American issues? I already know what it is, bro. They gonna say, what? 20 Black liberals? He's not Black, he's a Tether. I already know what they gonna say in his comments, bro. I can already hear Tariq Nasheed right now. Family. Did y'all see family? Did y'all see what they did to us, family? Family. They brought that lion tether on Jubilee. Did y'all see how they brought that lion tether on Jubilee? Did y'all see how that lion tether came with the kunta cloth for a shirt? Now, family. Now, family, ain't that disrespectful, family? How you gonna bring a tether and put him in a kunta cloth to represent Black Americans? Family. Now, family. So see, bro, this is what I don't like, family. See, this is what I don't like, family. Okay? All these powerful, amazing, educated, genius FBAs, and they brought a tether to represent his family. Nah. You see, this is why delineation is key, family. This is why we must delineate, family. See, we must delineate, family, because if we delineate, they can no longer bring lion tethers and kunta cloths to represent us on Jubilee. I'm telling you right now, bro, son. Yo, Tariq Nasheed will have a 3-hour TikTok live stream about Emeka being on Jubilee as a black liberal. I'm telling you guys right now.
Your claim is that Trump and Republicans are better for the black community than Democrats.
Yes.
Okay. I think that claim is patently false, and let me explain why.
That's so crazy.
Take the institution of voting. The most sacred thing that the Constitution protects, something that we need for elected officials to represent us.
Okay.
Repeatedly, Republicans have used the judiciary to discriminate against black people in voting.
How?
We have cases like Louisiana versus Calais. The recent case that in 2026 is caused all the redistricting crisis that you see right now. And when you see the effects of that for the black community, the Congressional Black Caucus is set to lose 16 to 19%, or it's not 16 to 19 members, 30% of its representation. Regardless of anything that you are saying communities should be doing, you have to still elect people to represent you to make those policy decisions.
Yeah, but
let me finish. I'm
okay,
gonna
I'll let you
finish.
finish.
If you are erasing the ability for people to have that representation and you're making it even...
You was not expecting that voice. Man, cut it out, bro. You seen the limp wrist run up to that chair. Man, stop it, bro. Hey, listen, man. I don't care what Emeka is, but bro, I don't care if Emeka is...
Talk
or
that shit.
as long as he...
I don't care if he... Yes. Yeah, I don't care if he is what was my word for him? Yes.
Emeka is on code, I'm straight. All right. It's why it says it's Emeka.
Word for it.
Sorry, it's Emeka, not Emeka. Nah, it's Emeka, bro. Stop it.
Harder to vote, like decisions like Shelby v. Holder, which makes it harder to eliminate discriminatory laws, or you have cases like Brnovich v. DNC, which are striking the ability to challenge laws that we think are discriminatory for mail-in voting. It's not good, and it's not reasonable to say that Republicans are representing black people's interests.
Looks like he's sweating. Nah, don't do that, bro. Don't say he's sweating, bro. You're about to give Tariq Nasheed some ideas, bro. Yo, Tariq Nasheed is don't do that, bro. Yo, Tariq Nasheed is about to see this comment and see, family, they brought that lion tether with the bamboo grease left over from his bushmeat. All right, that lion tether was eating that bushmeat, was running out of time, and just rubbed that baboon grease all on his face. See, you see, family, nah, man, FBA would never do that. Family, come on, family, we take hygiene seriously. Ain't no FBA brother will ever hop on Jubilee, face full of baboon grease. Nah, family, nah, family. We don't even get down like that, family. How dare that lion tether represent us with bamboo grease from all that bushmeat on his face? Man, come on, bro. Man, bro, y'all know Tariq about to fry this man up, bro. Don't bring up that sweat, bro. Please, bro. I beg y'all, homie. I beg y'all, bro. Please, bro. I don't want a 3-hour live stream. of Tariq Nasheed talking about bushmeat and bamboo grease, bro. Stop it. Emeka is a good brother. All right, Emeka is a good brother. And he should not be called tether, because tether is a racial slur. But we already know what Tariq about to do. Man, come on, bro.
Put this in simplistic terms. Voting is a sacred right.
Yes.
Right? And black people were afforded voting rights, which we all should fight for. Having voter ID is protecting that sacred right, that black people will make sure that black people can actually vote without being eliminated in their voting power by illegal aliens.
This goes beyond.
Let me go point my point.
Wait. This goes way beyond voter ID. This goes way beyond voter ID. They simply don't want people who are black to be elected.
How is that possible?
Because majority and minority districts were created by the Voting Rights Act of 1965. That specific piece of legislation, which Republicans have repeatedly targeted through decades, has said, hey, there was history done here that harmed people, and as a way to make up for it, slowly over time, we need to designate specific areas, black populous areas, to have accurate representation of folks.
Supreme Court ruled?
The Supreme Court ruled that, hey, actually, no, you guys don't need this representation.
You cannot
this
do
is
it
unconstitutional.
based on race.
And guess who pushed him to do that? Trump. Guess who pushed him to do that? Donald Trump. So yeah, and that's bro, listen, he's proving your point. Like, he's proving your point. These things were put in place to even out the playing field for black folks. Donald Trump came in and says, after even playing field, let's get rid of it. Right? Yo, yo, like this, like grandstanding and pretending that things was already fair or that things is fair, and that these things are giving black folks an edge or privilege is absolutely absurd. These things are put in place because the system is already unfair. It's simple as that, bro. It's already unfair, right? Yo, that's like a ladder competition for who can climb to the roof the fastest, right? And then one person brings a ladder that's 2 foot tall. The other person brings a 10-foot ladder. And then we say it's unfair. You can't replace that person 2-foot ladder with a 10-foot ladder because it's unfair. They're gonna bring their own ladder. No, this person has a 2-foot ladder. This person has a 10-foot ladder. If it's a race to the top, it's unfair for this person who's on a 2-foot ladder to race somebody to the top who's on a 10-foot ladder. So we have to even out the.
Alexis Muggsy Bowles' first motherfucking Wimby That other 8 foot tall high school player.
Playing field. That's just how it works.
It's an 8 foot tall, like 7'8" high school player or something, man. I know I ain't bullshit.
Yo, there are handicap rules in golf. In golf exhibitions, there are handicap rules to even out the playing field between a professional and a casual. So yeah, these things are in place to even out the playing field. They want to brainwash you into thinking is even out the playing field because equality to them is oppression because they've always been the privilege.
Certainly you cannot redistrict. You cannot based on race. You cannot deny black people from having the right to vote and represent themselves because you have white people in Louisiana versus Calais. That's what the case is.
Okay, yeah, pause here. Let Officer Tatum speak.
Okay, this is the problem here. You are assuming that black people can only vote for Democrats.
I didn't assume that.
Yes, you are, because
no, I didn't. Where did I say that?
Because
when did I say that?
I'm saying you're insinuating that.
I'm not
because you
insinuating that
cannot draw lines of demarcation based on race. That is against the United States Constitution. They ruled that, which is why they had to redraw lines. Black people have a right to vote for anybody that they want that acts in the best interest of the black community or the community at large. It doesn't have to always be Democrats.
There's a reason why black people vote for Democrats, and there's a reason why there's only 5 elected Republicans in Congress that are black.
The problem in the black community today, the consistency of voting for these Democrats who ain't done nothing for black people and still haven't. We're to this day, many people that are sitting around here still complaining about the plight against the black people, which y'all still vote for Democrats, and Democrats have been elected in office for the majority of the time in the last decade.
Republicans have done
what have they done?
Republicans
have black people.
Republicans have done way more damaging things, even just as of recent. Just recently with Doge, we had the highest exodus of black women in the federal workforce. I'm not sure if you're not aware of that information, but wait, I'm not sure if you're aware of that information.
But black cutting spending
for social services, increasing poverty, increasing crime, increasing debt, and harming people over and over again who are doing nothing to help the black community and trying to perpetuate a policy platform that insists that black people need to be put down is not what puts people forward.
That is a lie.
Absolutely
you are
not.
saying that we're going to cut government spending, but we should leave all the black people there because they're black.
No, we should increase government spending by taxing the rich, funding our communities, and putting us in jail instead of putting people in power.
Bruh. Now listen. I don't qualify as one of the rich yet. All right, I refuse to. All right, I still live. You feel me? I still live in my.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I am broke. I don't argue with that. Don't ask me.
I ain't mad at that.
But
I ain't mad at
clearly
that.
Tatum cannot have a conversation about taxing the rich when Tatum is one of the rich that needs to be taxed more, right? So like, at some point you you kind of earn your way out of certain conversations, right? But the brother is cooking, of course. Listen, man.
All right, making that much.
Yeah, we could pretend, right? Like we could act like we don't hear the dog whistles. We can hear the dog whistles. It's cat piss. We can pretend all we want, but we know what the reality is, and we know, right? Like these microaggressions and these dog whistling. Like for the most part. It's because they want to do whatever they can to make sure that black folks are disenfranchised and misrepresented, right? So they can have their way. It's really that simple.
Taxing the rich is a foolish statement by you. What do you mean by taxing the rich?
We in California have already seen.
That's why people are leaving California.
Oh, wait.
That's why business owners are leaving here. Companies are leaving. They're fleeing.
In California, even in the basic past, when we taxed the rich, we were able to fund University of California systems. And what did Ronald Reagan do? Ronald Reagan said, let's slash that because black people need to suffer.
They leave is such an asinine statement because, fam, listen, bro, LA or California do not have a lack of, listen, bro, Cali do not have a lack of people wanting to be in Cali. They're not leaving enough because they're still there making billions of dollars and they're going to get taxed while they're there. And those taxes are going to be used towards the community.
Communities need to go down. And what do we know? Now we have budget. No, now we have budget deficits affecting our systems. We have laws from the 1970s still on the books affecting the
rich.
Wait.
It's a lie.
We can talk about taxes.
Still selling black folks to this day. Taxing the rich they're not going to change the tax code. So taxing the rich is a myth. Would you benefit more financially if you left California?
Depends on how I use my money because I'm a smart person.
It doesn't matter about being smart because the taxes are out of control.
I think money and how you manage it as your person. And when we talk about personal responsibility,
if you manage money well, you're still going to be less
successful. You have to pause it here. You've been voted out with the majority. Thank you so much.
Pleasure talking.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Man, hey, listen, man. All right, we will get to the rest of this tomorrow, people. I gotta go make more videos today. So like, subscribe, comment if you're still watching. Also, starting in a few, we're gonna start doing our live streams on Twitch. So let me just drop the Twitch link real quick for you guys. 1 second. Let me drop the Twitch link real quick. 1 second. Okay. So here is the Twitch. Okay. So please follow the Twitch. 1 second.
Yeah, man, y'all can do that. Oh, with my Twitch. What up? Kick, what up? It's a little random reaction. We're gonna go ahead and reboot. 30 seconds. This nigga.
Hey, I'm a hustler on a mission. Grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, and